moving on to Senator Ted Cruz. Vice President Dick Cheney was dedicated to keeping this country safe. My condolences and prayers are with the entire Cheney family who have lost their patriarch and a public servant who made a real difference. Again, that was from Ted Cruz.
Senator Ted Cruz joins us now. Senator, I know you worked on that campaign. You
of course,
watched
being the
that
senator,
bond
he's got to play nice.
with, the
oh, he
governor
worked on a
of
campaign
Texas
with Dick Cheney.
and the former Secretary of Defense. What did you see?
Well, Dick Cheney was an extraordinary public servant. You're right. President George
sure some
W.
might
Bush
beg to
relied on Dick Cheney for virtually everything. He trusted him deeply. And I got to say, Dick Cheney was someone who, at 34 years old, he was chief of staff to President Gerald Ford. He became Secretary of Defense under President Bush 41, and then, of course, Vice President under Bush 43. He was a man who was serious. He was a man who was dedicated to keeping this country safe. And he was vice president when 9/11 happened. And the seriousness with which he took that America would defeat radical Islamic terrorists was extraordinary. He was up early every morning, 4 or 5 a.m. every morning, and working diligently to keep Americans safe. There are Americans who are alive today because of just how vigorously he pursued our enemies. And my condolences, my prayers are with the entire Cheney family, who are losing their patriarch and losing a public servant who made a real difference.
Well, okay, you heard it from Senator Ted Cruz, but I got a couple posts that kind of beg to differ with this. I mean, look, I'm 41 years old, so I mean, I remember 9/11. I was like I was a junior in high school when all that went down. I wasn't really paying attention to politics back then, but I know who Dick Cheney is. I heard a lot of bad things about Dick Cheney over the years during the 2000s. So this comes from Shadow of Ezra. Former Vice President Dick Cheney has been reported dead due to complications from pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. Cheney is seen by many as one of the worst human beings to ever walk this earth, responsible for the deaths of countless children worldwide and for allowing a terrorist attack on U.S. soil. Yikes, man. It's getting spicy tonight. Of course, footage from September 11th, 2001. Oh, man. I still remember that. I watched that live when that happened.
Wow.
I don't think I saw it from this specific view. No, I saw like the fixed camera view. You know that fixed camera view that saw it like just fly into frame and just hit it? Yeah, man, that was a wild day, man. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I was in high school, but I took the graduating qualifying exam the year before and passed, so I didn't have to take it again. And I just stayed home and slept in because I didn't have to take the exam, which happened to be that week. And so I slept in that morning, and they put my school in lockdown, so I didn't have to go back to school for the whole day. So I sat and watched this whole thing unfold until about 12 o'clock noon. Went out with a few of my friends who also stayed home from school, and we went out to Denny's. And it was... that was a crazy day, man. I'll never forget that day. I mean, anybody who was old enough to remember it, they're definitely never going to forget that. Where were you on 9/11? Yeah, everybody knows that. It's one of the most popular questions asked pertaining to 9/11. So, all right. So anyway, moving on. Andy Fromell, former vice president, warmonger, and Kamala Harris supporter, Dick Cheney is dead at the age of 84. His lasting legacy will be $8 trillion squandered in Middle East wars while proving Trump is the president of peace by endorsing Kamala.
Cheney will be voting for Kamala Harris.
I actually remember that. I remember when he endorsed her.
Cheney's
I was like,
son
wait,
of
what?
George W. Bush's Vice President Dick Cheney, declaring she and her father will be crossing party lines to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris in November.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure he did. And we got this from Johnny St. Pete. Dick Cheney has died at 84. Never forget that he showed up on the one-year anniversary of J6 with his daughter Liz as the only Republicans to shake Pelosi's hand and help sell the big lie that was J6 when they treated the anniversary as if it was a commemoration of a Pearl Harbor level event. Cheney was there to support his daughter as she colluded with the deep state and GOP old guard to combat Trump because, in reality, Trump took over the GOP party and shattered the uniparty grasp on power. This was a man the left vilified and called a villain for years, and it was the mainstream media manufactured outrage at him and Bush over the Iraq War that laid the groundwork to install Obama in the White House in 2008. Damn, that runs deep. Dude, I don't know if I'm going to watch all this. I mean, we'll give it a minute. We'll see where it goes. That quality is atrocious. All right, shaking hands with Pelosi. All right, we get the idea, right? I mean, I think that's really all they were looking to share with this clip.
We're Democrats. You've talked with one key Republican.
Wow, that's
who
loud.
thought it was important to come.
David, it is striking that for the most part, Republicans are absent from this commemoration. Republican leaders in the House and the Senate are not in Capitol Hill. They are not in Washington. They are not taking part in these.
All right, whatever. Fuck off with all that, fucking asshole. Okay, so anyway, I got this from Alex Jones. My response to Dick Cheney's death at 84 years old. Let's hear it from Alex Jones.
Dick Cheney, one of the most evil men in modern history, died yesterday.
I haven't seen this yet.
84.
I already knew where this was going.
And whereas I don't really like to ever celebrate.
One of the most evil, vile motherfuckers out there.
This is just another bellwether sign of the old, evil neocon globalist establishment dying and passing away.
Are you driving a Jeep, Alex Jones?
Out of Congress with the lowest approval
I have a recall notice to cover.
In the low 20s.
It's not good, man. It's pretty bad.
Humanity rejecting their evil. They knowingly lied about WMDs. They created the Project for the American Century a year before 9/11, calling for a catalyzing terror attack that would kill 3,000 people. But they said the same number as Pearl Harbor, was 3,000. 9/11 was 3,000. The man worked under Rumsfeld, who was the protege of L.L. Lemnitzer, that planned Operation Northwoods, the plan to fly planes into buildings and attack.
Oh yeah, Operation Northwoods.
Blame it on Cuba and the Russians.
That if I'm not mistaken, Operation Northwoods was supposed to be like some Cuban psyop where they were going to drop a nuclear bomb in the state of Florida and they were going to blame it on Cuba and the Russians.
War, that plan was killed by Kennedy. So we're talking about an evil, evil, evil person. And God knows how many heart transplants he had. So I'm not going to judge him.
Probably 1,000.
From God's position, I don't know he's burning in hell. But
I mean, stem cells from fetuses did he consume?
In my opinion. So another one of these evil globalists is no longer on the planet.
Did he just say he's burning in hell?
Face death, the ultimate equalizer. There are so many incredible crimes that Cheney committed. And the fact that he was really the president, not George W. Bush, who was more like an oaf. I don't even really see him as an evil person. But Herbert Walker Bush's dad, extremely evil. His father, Prescott Bush, the main bagman for the Nazis, very evil. And so this is a very nasty, nasty, evil group of people. You got Ben Shapiro and the rest of them saying
Carlisle group, right?
Control the conservative MAGA movement, and the Tucker Carlson and myself aren't MAGA. Well, let me tell you something, Shapiro, you were a never-Trumper. You're a neocon. And so your spirit animal is Dick Cheney. And so your spirit animal is no longer with us. So you guys are not populist. You're not conservative. You were pro-poison shot. You are pro-surveillance state. You are pro-tyranny. And you guys saying that Tucker Carlson is the new Hitler is a complete joke. You guys misrepresent everything. And
yeah, I've heard that.
Like Dick Cheney, you're on the ash heap of history. You're unpopular. And I saw Shapiro yesterday say, we control the conservative movement. We control MAGA. We won't let these Nazis take it over. You're billing everybody that disagrees with you as Nazis. Almost all of them are not Nazis. And most of them aren't even anti-Israel. So you're full of crap.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Follow me on X right here at Rellox Jones. And I'll be live today at 11 a.m. Central, covering it all. Brianna Morello's on the air right now with American Journal at Infowars.com/show. And right here on X at Rellox Jones. Be sure to check out the live feed.
All right, well, there you go. That's Alex Jones' take. Very, very informative in a very short amount of time. All right, so I got this from Femi. This might be the last. Okay, I got a couple more. Uh-oh. The last one's a little spicy. So Femi, warmonger, pro-LGBT, anti-Trump, and Kamala endorsing former Republican VP under George W. Bush. Dick Cheney is dead at 84. His disgraced daughter, Liz Cheney, confirms. And I got this. Dick Cheney has died. Before I show you around, I just want to say I'm a huge fan. Uh-oh. All right. All right, enough with Dick Cheney. That's all I got for Dick Cheney. And if you enjoyed the video, I hope you take a quick second to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And check out The Swamp, which drops Monday through Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern, covering the daily happenings inside the federal machine. Thank you very much for watching.